It's about to go down. It's your boy, your host, Carlos Siqueira, in the house. No longer single, but always ready to mingle because you guys are here taking massive action. So let's get ready for the whole lot of satisfaction. And today we're going to talk about how did I get 2,000 followers and made $78,000 in the last 45 days on Clubhouse alone, just in one app, by leveraging this one app. Very, very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. That's a whole audio revolution happening right now. And if you guys do what I do, people will never look away from you. They will hold on to every single word, every single place that you move upon on the stage. But here's the kicker. This only works if you give all that you got. You got to go in all the way with me. There will be no distractions. There will be no junk food. There will be no Netflix. There will be no skipping a workout. There will be not showing up late because the way how we do one thing, you do everything. Who here agrees? There will be no negative people allowed in your environment. There will be no drama. Nothing that isn't lined up with your dreams. If it doesn't fulfill your dream and adds value to your life, you are deleting every single loser from your life. There is no plan B, period. Somebody drop an amen right now on social media. Right now we are streaming everywhere live. We are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, Roku TV, Clubhouse, everywhere. You want to be everywhere. You must to understand the type of a modality of learning that your ideal avatars loves to receive your message. And when you do communicate based on that modality, do they like to read about you? Do they like to watch you live on a video? Or do they like to listen to you? Have you ever stopped to ask those questions? A concept that I'm always teaching when I do travel around the world and I speak in private masterminds that people pay $25, $50, and $100,000 plus to attend. And why do I get called to speak at those masterminds? Yeah, I've done a few cool things in my past. But here's the thing. It's not about what I've done in the past. Hashtag that's freaking cute. It's about what is in it to you, the audience. What is in it for your clients? It's about your people, my friends. It's not about you. Too many people out there on social media, it's all me, me, me. When I was in LA right now celebrating, one of my clients has just won the Emmy. We were talking about how can we help more people? How can I leverage their celebrity, their status? They have so many followers so that I can challenge them. I can empower them so that they can go and communicate so compelling with their followers that they can challenge them to better themselves and delete all losers from their life and go after their dreams. Because your story matters. It's time that you draw a line in the sand and you share with the rest of the world. Here's the thing. Speaking of deciding, the root of the word deciding from the Latin decidere, you know what that stands for? To cut off, to kill it, to burn the freaking boat and go all in. How bad do you want what you want? Are the people that you are listening to or you are watching on social media, you guys see me talking about this quite a bit. Stop listening to gurus and wannabe influencers. Study philosophers. Study people that show you what they do, not just tell you what they do it. Here's something powerful. Don't do what the gurus and influencers are telling you. Do what they are doing. Small change that you make, and that can change the game for you. Think about it. Do you think they are wasting their time posting 3 times a day and working on a freaking book or on an ebook to charge people a few dollars? No, they are working on speaking and branding themselves so powerfully and charging higher tickets to their ideal avatars. They are charging higher ticket pricings. And higher ticket prices can go anywhere from $1,000 to $100,000. Because at the end of the day, you can focus on doing what they are telling you and go working on selling a book for $20, a course for $50, an upsell for $300. But think about it. If you're going to follow, I like to call the convoluted sales funnel process, every layer of that funnel, you will lose 70% of your ideal clients. Trust me on this, ladies and gentlemen. 20 plus years in the game, 120 different niches, $1 billion plus in sales for Fortune 500 companies and coaches and authors and influencers around the world. All backed up. You can look me up on social media, on LinkedIn, on Google. People talk. I'm walking the talk with you guys because I want to break it down for you guys on how this shit really works, because I want you guys to make some money. And it comes down to go all in. It comes down to decide and burning the freaking boat. So now when you decided and you burn the freaking boat and you decide, I am the authority at this industry, at this niche, so you become the only choice in your ideals client's mind. When they think about that problem that they are going through right now, guess who's going to come to mind? Guess who are they going to talk about it at dinner table? See, it's about asking yourself better questions so that you can be more strategic. Because here's what's happening. I'm going to teach you guys about something called the 3 C's. I want you guys to write it down. Writing is the doing part of thinking. If you guys are just over here actively listening to me, you guys are going to forget about it. Doesn't matter how great I can be at teaching and entertaining you and storytelling. And speaking of entertaining you, since the title of this video, I made an income disclaimer. And I know that is lame, but I'm about to make you a disclaimer. Income isn't guaranteed. You must have the requisite knowledge and effort to make those strategies work. It comes down to you must have the knowledge. You must be in this game for a while. You must solve the problem that you are talking about for your niche. And you must put in the work and the sweat equity that I am talking about. It's the consistency. Like I do those secret lives on my Instagram every day. I go there for 5 to 10 minutes live, sometimes 15 on unannounced times. And I have a lot of millionaire celebrities and athlete friends that follow me. So when I do go live, sometimes they are around and I bring them on those lives. And you might be, but why didn't you announce it? Because this is something different. I do announce my shows Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Periscope, on Roku TV, everywhere. But again, when you do that, you do things that are different and you announce your shows. Think about how you were programmed when you were a kid to watch TV, to watch your favorite cartoon. They had a date and a time on the week every time, right? So you've been programmed since you were a kid to watch your favorite shows at a certain day at a certain time. I want you guys to start programming your listeners and your followers that, hey, at this date, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Carlos Siqueira, the greatest. He's going to do the Carlos Inspire show. Whether he's going to be teaching a segment like I am doing now, or I will be interviewing one of my amazing friends or a business owner that happens to have a successful win, and I share that person's story on my show. You see, you just don't call it a podcast. I'm gonna give you guys another hack over here. It's a media show. It's for you guys, for some of you guys that watch me live, the show on either whether you watch my show on Roku TV or on Facebook, Twitch TV, Periscope, or any other media, you guys see that I do a lot of silly stuff on my shows. Like, for example, I was interviewing, when I was interviewing Sean Cannon from the Karate Kid movie, my friend, a client that won the Oscars, the opening scene, I have a green screen behind me. I had a green shirt with my karate belt and I'm invisible, right? So it tore massive pattern interrupt, and that was the opening scene. Sean is laughing his ass off. Again, right? You want to be entertaining. You want to educate to dominate every time that you are teaching and educating. You just don't want to be talking. You want it to be entertaining. You want it to educate to dominate your audience. And you want it to give them tangible strategies that they can take it away and go apply in their business to generate some money. That's why I started talking about, deciding and burning the freaking boat, because a lot of people out there on social media, they act like this shit is easy and they charge people like 10, 30, 50, 100 grand. And they say, yeah, you're going to make all this cash. And the reality, it's not like that. You got to put in the freaking time. You got to get in the game. If you say you're going to do your show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guess what? You are there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're doing, something on Clubhouse daily or weekly, guess what? You are there daily or weekly at that time. Because your audience, they're going to be like, wow, every time he shows up, he's going to drop massive value, golden nuggets, things that he taught the biggest players in the game, so that they could sell 50 and 100K programs. So I'm going to talk about the 3 C's here real quick. We're going to go for a few more minutes. I'm not going to go too long here. But the 3 C's comes down to this: create, consume, and collaborate. Create, consume, and collaborate. Very powerful, right? What are you going to create? You're going to create a room on a consistent basis, if you are on Clubhouse or if you are on Green Room. Green Room, and what's going to happen is a lot of those social media companies right now, they have a creators fund. They're going to be paying you guys fund for being consistent on a room, whether it's on a daily basis or weekly basis, and inviting people to your rooms. Imagine you're getting paid, so you can just do a Google, but I'm not going to go deep into this right now. But I wanted you guys to start thinking about how powerful this is in having a platform that you are training your people to listen to you and watch you on a weekly basis, like I have with my show, #Carlos Show. Every week on Friday, I release new audio episodes. It's a 5-star, hundreds of reviews, thousands of downloads on Apple iTunes. It's also on iHeartRadio, Spotify. It's everywhere: Stitcher, Google Music, Amazon. And I also do the show live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, Twitter, everywhere. Why? Because I know that my followers like to watch me live. They like watch me on the video being silly with my funny shirts. Like today, I have my Facebook jail inmate, 481511623, repeat offender. So I have all my silly shirts and I do silly things, and I like to bring images on the screen, because when you teach something, when you are on the stage, if you have something, ladies and gentlemen, because again, everything goes back to storytelling. When you are creating, right, which is the step 1 of the 3 C's, you're creating something on a consistent basis. You have to become very good at storytelling. When you are telling your story, your framework, your systems, they live and they die based upon how you are telling your stories. Think about when you are telling your stories. Are you bringing them in? Think about it as if your favorite movie, your story, right? Now this is your movie, it's your story. Opening scene. I'm super afraid and I have to sell the bread for the first time to help my widow mother. I am 7 years old. I am freaking out. Who here can relate? Who here hates selling and have anxiety and have like a little cold in your stomach when it comes down to selling your books, your courses? Don't even get me going with your masterminds and retreats and high-ticket coaching programs. You guys have no idea how many conversations I have with the top coaches in the game. They all hate that stuff. They don't like selling their 50 and 100K masterminds from this stage. And because they say that shit to themselves, subconsciously, you're already losing it because you're already going into the game with that. You must to rewire your brain. And that's why I like to break down and teach things for you guys so that you can rewire and undo some of this shit that has been taught into you that doesn't work. Think about it, right? If it wouldn't working, you'll be making a whole lot of money right now. You'll be selling a whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of courses, a whole bunch of high-ticket programs. Your masterminds will be full at all times. Your retreats will be full at all times. That's why I love teaching people the stuff that most people out there want to charge 30, 50, and 100 grand. And I understand. People got to pay something because when you pay, you do it. But there is also tough times right now, and you must help others because when you do help others, massive things happens to you when you trade your expectations for appreciation and you're focusing on serving and not selling. Right? That's exactly what we are doing here right now. We create a room and we are adding massive value. You are serving others, not pitching others. And here's when it comes to create something very powerful. I want you guys to write this thing down. For success in this IP age, the intellectual property age, you must to take a systems approach, not a go approach, with a focus on creating return on invested time. Write that thing down, ROIT. One more time. For success in the IP age, you must to take a systems approach, not a goals approach. Let the competition, let them focus on that. Don't listen to them. With a focus on creating return on invested time. A lot of people talk about ROI. That's skewed. They are broke. It's return on investment time. For every hour that you are putting right now, are you getting 10 hours in the future of fulfillment, of an extraordinary quality of life with your family, your friends, your hobbies, and your business? I've been helping the top 1% for a very long time, and I understand human behavior. I understand the psychology of your consumer, of what it takes for someone to open their wallet and purchase your books and your courses and your masterminds and your retreats. It comes down to how you are telling and communicating your story. And you must to communicate so effectively, I like to call the perfect message to market match. That when your avatar, that person hears you, they're like, damn, he's speaking to me, to my soul, to my body, to my spirit. It's very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. But again, it's how you tell the story. Are you bringing them inside your story? Are you going to that opening scene, like I told you guys earlier, opening scene, and I'm 7 years old and I'm afraid and I have to sell this bread because if I don't, my mother will continue being abused. I will continue being abused. And I want to end that suffer. See, as you guys can see, I'm trained. I do this all the time. I put myself in that moment. I bring myself. I'm 6'5", 350 pounds, but I bring myself to that little boy that was hungry. Like my good friend Les Bounce say, you got to be hungry. Because you just never know. When you just burn that freaking boat and you go all in and you become very good at telling your story, That's when the magic happens. But again, it's sort of when you create it, right? That the first part of the 3 C's, you creating, you being consistent, and when it comes to create, for example, it's about systems, a systems approach, like having a calendar, having your show on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or a Tuesday and Thursday, having a Clubhouse once a week in a certain time. That's your system that you have in place. To have it on a weekly basis at the same time. So you are training your ideal avatars the same way how Netflix and HBO and Showtime and ABC and MTV, how they have trained you in your entire life. I'm breaking it down because I understand. I'm also an executive producer, not just a consultant, and that happens to know sales and marketing for 30 years. And that has $1 billion+ on my back as a record. So I know a thing or two about sales and marketing. And that's why I'm breaking it down this for you guys, because I need you guys to understand from the point of view of the consumer and how we are trained since we were kids. This is ninja stuff. And now, another thing that's very important for you to have a system in place is for your content calendar creation. You have a content calendar for 15 days and 30 days. Let's say if you are planning a retreat, you are planning a mastermind, you are planning on going to one of Carlos' experiential events that sells out in 24 hours every time we do it. Why? Because it's private, it's exclusive, it's 10 to 25 people. Cool people showed up, like my friend Scott Page from Pink Floyd, to surprise and mind blow the expectation of the audience. See, when you're going to do something, it must be mind blowing. It must to mind blow the expectation. Somebody's going to pay you, $1,000. You're giving them 10 grand. If they paying you 10, you're giving them 100,000. If they giving you 100, you're giving them $1 million. It's about mind blowing the expectations. They have no idea. But again, it comes with wisdom, right? It comes with time. But again, let's get right back into here, right? It's that content calendar strategy. So now you're creating, you already know the game. You put in the miles. You got to show up. You got to be consistent. The second part of the C there, or the 3 C's, is you're going to be consuming, right? You're consuming content. You're learning, especially if you are new. You're partnering with others. You're training. You're learning. You're purchasing. You learn, you're consuming content. Because when you learn something and when you teach in a different way, telling your stories and adding your frameworks into it, now it becomes your content. That's how many gurus and influencers they've been doing it. They've been stealing things from the Bible, reframing, telling their own stories for centuries. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it does compound. Those every day that let's say you want to become a master at sales, at art, at whatever topic that you have, just by putting the preparation, those extra 15 minutes a day, extra 30 minutes a day, that shit compounds big time in the next 20 years. You got to get in the game. This is for the long term. I'm teaching you guys over here for the long term and giving you guys the stuff that the ultra wealth are doing right now, because I want to see you guys succeeding. I don't want to see you guys wasting time. I don't want you guys to be throwing money after bad advice. What is the final part of the 3 C's, right? Which is collaborate. Collaborate. It's all about relationship capital. You might even heard that word before. Somebody probably stolen that from the Bible, because most people, they live paycheck to paycheck. I want you guys to live relationship to relationship. It's a whole nother level when you leave a relationship to it, because now when I do show up in those groups at Clubhouse, in my mind is like, how can I add the most value to this group and help edify the person that's running, so that when I do have an opportunity to talk, I can add so much value to what that person is doing, and so that the audience can walk out of here with something tangible that they can apply in their business to make it happen. I'm thinking about, I want you guys to walk away with something. You want them to take you home. One thing, Tony Robbins likes to joke, and he calls me the Latino Tony Robbins. My wife jokes back, and she say, "No, you are the Brazilian Carlos." I like that better, But I love my brother Tony. But I learned something from Tony, very, very powerful. And I say, brother, now that I got to 8 figures, how do I get to 9? And to get from 6 to 7 is one thing, 7 to 8. When you're talking about going from 8 to 9 figures, it's a whole nother level, ladies and gentlemen. They gotta be in your home. Think about it. Are your clients taking you home? They gotta be in your home. You gotta think about it. When you walk around your library, when you walk around your closet, what do you see? Out of all the influencers, people in personal development, the gurus, who do you see? Think about it. You're walking around your library in your closet, and if you have shirts, if you have books, if you have objects that you purchase from influencers and gurus and the big timers, guess what? Subliminally, you are walking around and unconsciously you're seeing their names. You took them home. Are your clients taking you home? You see, I'm teaching you guys over here how the ultra wealth, how the 1% thinks. Why? Because I served them for so long and I know how the game works. And I am breaking it down because I really want you guys to start thinking differently and raise the bar. Because if you're going to dream, let's go dream way bigger. If you're going to think, I want you guys to think way bigger. Let's raise it to a whole nother level. Because my mission is to make poverty history. And until kids are dying, I'm not going to stop. And the only way that I can help others is by challenging myself constantly, trying to put myself out of business daily, and helping you guys by breaking it down, the strategies of the ultra wealth. And that's how I'm able to be consistent in helping people, because I'm showing up, I'm creating rooms, right? I'm consuming, I'm collaborating, I'm being consistent by having a show. I highly recommend you guys is thinking about starting your own show. If you do record something on Clubhouse, you can actually record it, and then you can create your own podcast out of that recording. You record it once and you can stream it everywhere. Now it becomes your show. And you can start doing it and get in the game. 10, 20 years. You are in it to win it. It's not like overnight. And when you do become consistent in adding value, now you can make offers from time to time and get creative on how you make the offers, because that's how I was able to make the $78,000, by getting creative. For example, I started a new initiative that called GetOnMoreStages.com. And I figured, okay, I understand people right now, they cannot afford to be paying $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 into masterminds or into high-level coaching consulting programs to help them blow it up their brand. Because the reason why people right now are not buying from you is because you haven't built enough credibility. This is key. When you build enough credibility, that can now turn into profitability. And how you do that, you must to upscale the value of the advice that you are giving, your systems, your IP, your intellectual property, whether it is yours or you are partnering with someone else and doing co-branding, which is a whole nother topic that I'm going to save it for another day, so that you can upscale the value of your advice. So when you do teach, when you do give an advice, when you do get on a strategy call, that person's going to be like, damn, I need to find a way to work with this person. And because you will know right now what's happening in the economy, a lot of people are having a hard time with money, you get creative. So you are able to tailor for both types of avatar. You can help the people that are not making money. I can help people that are in extreme poverty, and I can still help the top 1%. By tailoring to the trend, to what is happening in society at this moment, and being creative in helping them, just like I did with the GetOnMoreStages.com. People were coming to me and I was helping. Okay, great. You have an amazing message. Let's do some stage prepping so that I can show you. I'm going to get you your story out. We're going to deconstruct your entire story. You're going to send me your story up to 2,000 words. And this is the exactly campaign that I did. They send me a story up to 2,000 words and a title. I will look at it. I will deconstruct the entire thing, and I will start do what I do best, which is my superpower: sales and marketing, human behavior, storytelling. And when I look at your story, I start asking myself questions, key strategic questions that I teach to people that pay me, north of a whole lot of cash. Because when you break it down your story and you invite them into your story and you start talking about your stories, and then in between you telling your story, you talk about some of the frameworks that you have. You might have a book coming up, or you might have a course coming up, or you might have a retreat coming up, or a mastermind. And that's a way that you can communicate so powerfully, telling your story that speaks directly to your ideal's avatar, silent Q&As. Think about it. When you are putting your blogs out and you are putting your sales in your webinar, your sales letters, are you thinking about their silent Q&As? Their most burned unanswered question, which is, how do I make money today? How can I pay my rent next month? If somebody's already super successful and they are probably comparing themselves to others, who here can relate? Something that I'm always teaching, stop comparing yourself to other people. At the end of the day, whether you compare yourself to others or you have others compare themselves to you. And here's a strategy, right? You think about, right? The last 3 people that bought it from you, you know exactly at what pinpoint. Like let's say if we are a Navy SEAL team right now, you guys know my philosophy is transcendence. That's the word that I live by. Above oneself. Nobody loses. Everyone comes home. No casualties. We apply the same elements that they apply in the military, we can apply in business by being strategic, storytelling, bring them in, deconstruct your message, publish on media, on presses, is strategic, not just a lame press. People that do presses is just like, think about how many people read it. It's no meaning. It's no, I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not even going to get into it. Because again, the title must be so compelling when I'm looking through, like a magazine, a website, a newspaper. If the title is lame, you are out of the game. You have to think about this stuff. It's 60 billion messages going on right now throughout social media, in text messages, messenger, advertising, all over your computer, everywhere that you look, with placements on the bus, on the cabs, on the buildings. I was in LA, right, this past weekend to celebrate one of my clients that won the Emmys. Everywhere that you look is a freaking advertisement. So think about it, right? When you live in a world that are constantly trying to capture the attention of your ideal avatar client, if you don't not applying the right strategies of storytelling, deconstructing, breaking it down, and teaching your framework that speaks to their silent Q&As, that makes them going from opening their wallet to purchasing your services, then you're going to be just like everyone else. It comes down to be strategic and breaking it down. Very, very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll leave you guys with this framework, which is the IIRS. IIRS, and it's nothing to do with taxes. The first I stands for, what can I improve? Right? I for improve. First I. What can I improve in somebody's life, right? I can help you improve your brand visibility and how others see and hear you. Because I can deconstruct your entire story that you are telling in forms of blog or press. And I can also help you with stage prepping. So then when you do go on video, when I do help you get interviewed in a podcast or a media show, now you are doing in a way that is even more compelling, where they will remember you. You want to be memorable when you do tell your stories, when you are communicating. You want to become, as one thing that I always teach whenever we do private events, which is you become irresistible, you become indispensable, and you become incomparable. When you tap into those 3 ends, game over. That ain't no competition. That ain't no second places, baby. You are it. You are the only choice in your customer's mind. When they thinking about, getting a second opinion on a Super Bowl commercial, I get the call. When they are having a hard time selling from the stage a $50,000 or $100,000 program, I get the call. Again, because I've been in the game for a very long time, and I'm always educating on social media, so they see me breaking it down and teaching those things. So they know, and when you guys see, another thing that when I do teach, I'm confident. I'm certain you guys can hear my voice and my conviction, and really wanted to help you guys really understand and let this thing sink in your soul, in your body, in your spirit, for you to really burn the boats and get in the game and go all in and really understanding on how you are communicating, the blogs that you are putting, the stories that you are telling. So that's the first I, improve. The second I is increase. What can I increase for someone else right now? I can help you increase the value of your brand and personal branding by assisting you in upscaling your advice and how you communicate your message. Right? Think about it. What can you increase? So far, we talk about improve and increase. IIRS, right? That framework. Think about what can you increase in someone's life. So, because whenever you are out there adding value and helping people, when you think from the IIRS framework, increase, improve, what does the R stands for? Reduce. And the S, simplify. So the R, what can I reduce for others? I reduce their stress. I help reduce them wasting time online. I help reduce them by compressing decades into years, by teaching them what the 1% are doing. Think about it. What can you reduce for others? And then finally, S stands for what can I simplify? When you think from those 4 standpoints, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very powerful framework, right? What can I improve? What can I increase? What can I reduce for others? And what can I simplify for others? When you focus on this framework, and you are telling your message so compelling, just like the opening scene of your favorite movie, that you see it and you cannot go anywhere. It's like Mortal Kombat, the Scorpion, come here. They got you. You know, it's like you finish watching their favorite series on Netflix and the time goes on. 7, 6, 5, 4. You already know you ain't going nowhere. You're going to watch the second episode. Are you doing that to your clients and your ideal avatars? And every time someone hears you from the first time, are they coming back in for more? Something to think about. Because it all goes back to what I said earlier. If you are not creating a powerful message to market match that's so compelling, that speaks to their body, their soul, and their spirit, and you really care for them, because it's not about you, it's about your clients, and you want to see them win, and you want to see them getting in the game, and you want to see them getting out there and messaging you, brother Carlos, man, we run this one particular story, and I was interviewed on this show, and I got, 100 people on my Zoom call, and we closed 20 leads, and I'm so happy. I never done $20,000 in my life in one day. That makes me so happy. And that's the stories that I want you guys to hear from your clients. I love hearing from people. Brother Carlos, man, that one strategy that you taught me, people come in and they buy an hour of my time, and we teach them one strategy, and they go and change the game. They are able to upsell their tickets from $5,000 to $10,000 just by making a few tweaks. They are able to upsell, like I told you guys earlier, you don't want to focus on your $20 books and your $50 courses. You want to focus on higher tickets, $1,000 to $100,000, based on your level of expertise and the results that you provide for others. That's what you want to focus on. You want to change the game. Let the competition mess around with the books and the ebooks and the cheap courses that you and I know, that I like to call, you guys heard about personal development. I like to call shelf development. They have shelf development on the computer and shelf development in your library. It's about raising the bar, ladies and gentlemen, and taking to another level. And that's how I was able to help all these people over here. For you guys that are watching me live, I'm bringing out Chris over here, right? And then look what I did. I put you guys have to make more offers. You go on your Instagram, in your stories, and you do a poll, and you just make an offer. Don't be afraid to make an offer. A lot of people, they're afraid for selling. What do you have to lose? I want you guys to act as if it's impossible for you to fail. Think about it, right? Why not you? When you wake up every single day, why not you? You see everyone else out there. There are people right now out there with way less experience than you. And you're still waiting for the funnel to be ready, or the website to be ready, or the business card. Don't you better never give me a business card. You know, you want to be personal. You want to help people. You want to add value. You want to make the freaking offer. It's nothing wrong in making an offer. You have something to sell to help somebody. If you don't sell it, if you don't talk about it, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are doing a discernment to them. Just like I brought it up over here on the stage. Look at this. Why super visual? I put want more leads. That is power in getting your message out strategically. Look at that. Been featured everywhere on Late Tribune, Roku TV, media shows. And then I put you are next. Look at the words that I'm using. And look at that. 33 paid clients so far into my client program. 107 more to be onboarded. You know what I mean? It's like, I love that stuff, getting those messages from clients, right? Clients over here, again, another happy influencer won a $23,000 scholarship and got featured everywhere. You are the winner. So for you guys listening to me, if you go on social media, on my stories, I'm actually showing them over here live because I have people right now listening to me and then watching me because we are talking about the different modalities of learning of your ideal avatar. People love to listen to you and people like to hear from you. So very important, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how we are able to help raise 2,000 followers and $78,000 in the last 45 days. By following these frameworks that I just talked about over here. By helping, adding value, breaking it down, making offers daily, and helping people from all different backgrounds. Not just I was helping people that didn't have the money, people that have a little bit of money, and they also continue helping the 1% that I have been working on in the last 20 years. And you make those offers by being creative. I created the scholarship, the Get on More Stages program. So now people that cannot afford $25,000 are like, okay, great. Let's gamify the process. And I gamify it. They cannot just go and buy it. They got to send me their story. Like, you have a story. Now that you just learned from me, you can send me your story up to 2,000 words, maximum, less, minimum 400 words, and a compelling title. Send it to me. Now that you listen to the things that I was talking about, think about the things that I just talked about over here today, right? In the opening scene. I want you to bring me into your opening scene. I want you to make me cry, give me the chills, make me laugh, make me go through all the emotions, and tell me your story. Write it down in 2,000 words, and then send it to me. DM me on my Instagram at Carlos Inspire. Send me an email, info@carlosinspire.com. See, I want to show you guys how to keep this thing simple, and that's why I didn't do a super fancy funnel, because I want you guys to go implement. And that's why I do what I do, so that is easy for you guys to do. If you want to create the fancy funnels and all that stuff, I can always refer you guys to some of my partners that have the funnels, and you guys can do it. Right now, Groove, for example, right? I'm a big affiliate with Groove Funnels. You can get up to 3 free landing pages and 3 websites, all for free. No credit card required. The catch, you can only do 3. But again, no credit card required. Who else does that? There is no software in the planet that does give it away, 3 landing pages and 3 websites for free. They do. If you want to learn more, you can go to groovewithcarlos.com. You see, look, the name of the company is Groove Funnels. And look what I did. I created groovewithcarlos.com. And I instruct all my followers and all my thousands of clients to do the same. So if you're trying to buy a domain, Groove with your first name, if you're not able to get it, it might be because of me. But again, this is another teaching moment, right? And what I did is I even recorded a very silly commercial about the group with funnels. Matter of fact, that was so successful, the launch of that project, we literally came up with something very cool, which was basically the Guinness World Record of a lunch. Was what, 7 days straight on YouTube to launch this. And I think we were shooting for like 20 million. We ended up doing like, I think it was a little bit over 5 million, which is still not bad in 7 days. But again, it's about being creative and about doing something different. And what did I just do here? I told you guys a story. And and it's about getting creative and doing things that no one else does. But back to my point earlier, you don't need the website. You don't need the fancy funnels. You need an email. You need a social media account, right? And that's exactly what I did. I wanted to break it down and make it so simple so someone can duplicate. If you have a superpower, if you can help somebody, and if you know there are people out there that cannot afford your fees, get creative on how you can help them. And that's exactly what I did to help me generate $78,000 by leveraging Clubhouse, a brand new audio platform that it literally opened up for Android 2 months ago. And I got there and I start do what I do best. Teach, educate, add value, collaborate, help others, give people something, giving them a win, giving them something that they can walk away and go apply and go make some money. Being the one that gives more value to others than anybody else. And literally just by following the frameworks that I've been talking about, the IIRS, what can I improve? What can I increase? What can I reduce? And what can I simplify for others to make their lives better and helping them make some money so they can go hang out with their honey? It's about separate yourself from the pack, guys, and get creative. And instead of me charging the $25,000 programs, I gamify the entire process where now they have to send me their stories. I will look at it. If you make me cry, you give me the chills, you make me laugh. I just told you guys exactly how how to think about it when you are putting your story out there, and you send it to me. Now I will deconstruct the whole thing. I will look at it. I'll have my team also editorial reviews look at it. And now we will share your story. If your story becomes selected, because this is part of the gamification of the process, now we go and take it to a whole nother level. Your story, your title, we put it on a master press release. We get you selected to be invited to be interviewed on multiple podcast shows and in a media show, just like some of my clients. For you guys that are watching me live on social media, that's exactly what happened here. Chris got his story feature. Then he went on Monday Night Live. Same thing and Chris, for you guys that cannot see this right now on the audio platforms, he got a whole bunch of people into his Zoom, 33 paid clients so far into my clients program, 107 more to be onboarded. Then David, another happy client, he won the scholarship, right? Instead of paying $25,000, he won the scholarship, 23 grand, and only ended up spending $2 grand for this whole thing. He got featured on the Los Angeles Tribune. He got interviewed on multiple shows. I hooked him up to be featured on Monday Night Live. Check it out. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys watching him on social media. He's on Roku TV and Monday Night Live right here. Super happy, fired up with his logo in the back, for his shows and his podcast. Again, it's about bringing the visuals, those are the things that we talk about when we do stage prepping. Like I tell you guys, this is taken to a whole nother level. It's almost like you're going to go to a TV studio. We have just the one-on-one time with me. It's priceless. It's worth $25,000. That's how much people pay me to fly in to speak, anywhere from 25, 35. I even got 50 grand before to go and speak for masterminds and companies and corporations, to go teach sales and marketing and human behavior and breaking, systems and going from a goals approach to a systems approach. And that's how you scale to 7 and 8 and 9 figures and beyond. You got to have systems in place, which we covered here earlier. But again, that's what it takes. It's creativity. It's about getting in the game. So for you guys that are getting here now and you wanted to listen to this again, go on my social media, bit.ly/Carlos Inspire Live, and you're able to go into my Facebook, and you'll be able to watch the replay. So anybody here that want to watch the replay, they are listening to me, you go to bit.ly, all lowercase, Carlos Inspire Live. I'm even typing here. And that's going to redirect you guys to my Facebook business page, Carlos Siqueira, High Performance Millionaire Mindset, and you're able to watch the replay on how did I got 2,000 followers and made $78,000 in 45 days leveraging Clubhouse. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate all of you guys over here, all the comments over here that I'm watching you guys live on Facebook and on LinkedIn. We got people over here say very important topic. Amen. Amen. Very cool. We have people here from around the world, people from we got people here from Twitch TV. Big shout out. Check it out. Also, guys, follow me on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Carlos Inspire. I appreciate all of you guys over here on social, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch TV, with all the comments and always showing up. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guys, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Periscope, and Twitch TV. And then on Sundays, we're going to be on Clubhouse. Every Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have a new segment on Clubhouse. I will not release the name of the segment yet because there are people listening and they could try to copy, but it's going to be very cool. And it's all about movement. It's all about community. It's all about what I love to teach, which is transcendence, above oneself. That's the place that nobody loses. That is the place that everyone wins. And that is the place that we are going to take it to a whole nother level. So for you guys on Clubhouse, we will still be here. If you guys have any questions, we can go for the Q&A for another 5 to 15 minutes. And then for you guys on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitch TV, Twitter and Periscope, come and hang out with us at Clubhouse for another 5 to 15 minutes of Q&As. And just go to Clubhouse at Carlos Inspire. Same way how I have on Instagram at Carlos Inspire, on TikTok at Carlos Inspire. And check it out my Instagram at Carlos Inspire, the link under my bio for massive amount of value that I've been giving away there. Things that most people charge a whole lot of cash, and you guys can learn it all for free. Much love. It's about to go down. It's your boy, Carlos Siqueira, in the house. I see you all later. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Periscope on Friday, baby. Have an outstanding day.